All right, in lesson 5, the first thing that I want to show you is how you can embed any existing styles that you might have or that you might create into Dreamweaver. It's exactly the same as we would do in HTML or if you were coding from Notepad++. Here's a sample of a style sheet that I have created for you. And what I'm going to do is go to sample I saved in Dreamweaver product talking pen, and you can see that within my head tag that I'm including the exact same code, but I'm doing it using code rather than in design view. It's the same link rel style sheet information, and then just making sure that you have the same name that you are saving your style as embedded as the Harif. Okay, next, moving on to new pieces for lesson 5. The first thing that I'm going to need you to do is copy some files from the student folder to your student data files, and with the in the web design directory within the student files, I want you to go to lesson 5, and don't worry, we don't need all of these things. Here are the files that I want you to copy to your directory. Visit products, visit products over, Elmer, Marvin, and I'm looking for the last one here will be one that you will watch me do and not practice. I actually have a um, flash file that I'm going to be embedding, and I'll show you how to do it, and that'll be the same procedure for if you should have a movie and want to embed it. Okay, so pause if you need to get those things copied, and then join me back in Dreamweaver. All right, the first thing that we're going to practice is one that you'll watch with me and not practice yourself, and I am putting these pieces in the product page that we saved in lesson 4. The first thing if you would like to create and insert a movie somewhere on your web page, the version that I happen to have happens to be a flash file, which is this WSF. But if you look here, if you have a Shopwave or ActiveX, or if you want to do it as a plugin, you would choose the appropriate format for the movie style that you have. Because I have a flash file saved, I'm going to do that. And I made sure that my cursor was where I wanted that flash file to appear. So I'm going to go ahead and select that, and I have it saved. I've got it saved as price, so I'm going to call it or just select that. You would just navigate to where you had it saved, and it's saying, what do we want to call this? And I'll just call it price flash file. And now when I'm in design view, I see the flash icon here. You would see a similar icon to whatever media format you chose. Once we save this and run it, then you will see what this movie looks like. We'll watch that together at the same time. The next thing we're going to practice is creating a mouse over or a rollover, and ours is going to actually be a hyperlink when it's clicked upon. We're going to use the two files that you saved, the visit products and visit products over that I have you save. So to insert that, you would create the space where you would want that rollover to be, and come, and this is within the Common tab, to the images, and you would choose the image rollover, image placeholder, or excuse me, image rollover option right here. Okay, now it's saying, what do you want to call this image? Well, this is going to be all about, I'm just going to call it visit products, because as you will see in a moment, that's what the images will look like. Original image is what the image that you want there before it's clicked upon. For our example, it's visit products, so I'll select that. And now for the image rollover, that's what you want it to change to. Now obviously we would be hiring or using somebody in our graphics department to create these images for us. If you want to create something and save it, you could certainly do it through GIMP, or if you have access to Photoshop, you could create something there. And then alternate text would be if for some reason it didn't load properly. So I'll put visit products. If you want something to happen, you can, when it says when clicked, go to URL, you could type in the HTTP, or if you wanted it to go to another web page that you've created, you could browse to where you saved that page. I'm just going to have this example go to good old Google. I know I'm not very creative, but I'll just as an example, I would click here if I wanted it to go to a particular file or another web page that I've created. So I'll click on OK. Now, once again, this isn't going to work until we save this and then run it in our browser, and then we'll see how these features work. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to embed the Marvin and Elmo sound bites that we already have saved. They're audio files that have been saved, and so if you wanted to have users click on something where you've either recorded some text in an audio file, they could hear your voice, or if you had even a portion of a song or a CD saved that you want digitally to embed in your page, you can do that. What we're going to do first is we're going to create the text that we want to have our user click upon, and so I'm just going to type in the word Marvin and type in the word Elmer, because these are the two sound files that were in the data files that we're going to embed. In order to make the sound happen when we click on this, then we are, oops, let's see, I'm going to see if I can move this little thing down here a little bit. So we are going to click on in the HTML tab. Where we need to go is we need to click on what we're linking to, just as we've done before. And so we're going to find, in this case, the Marvin sound, and click on OK here. And we'll do the same thing for the Elmer sound, and we'll click on that, select it here, click on OK. And so both of these have been in. So as you click on these links, you will see that the particular sound file that we have added shows up in that link option. Both of these happen to be saved as WAV files, but it would reflect whatever sound file that you may have selected. So what we're going to do now is we're going to save this. We'll make sure it's saved as an HTML since we've already been working with this. I just can do a save here. And now I'm going to run my products page in my browser so that I can show you how these things work. All right, so that happened to be the little movie image. You can see it wasn't set up to loop. It was just set up to run one time. It's a little pokey. I'm clicking on it again to get it to run again, and it's slowly getting there. All right, so if you have a movie and you want it to loop, you can embed it that way. Now here is where we did the image over. You can see how it changes when we mouse over it. Some of you are thinking about this for your final exam project, which is fantastic. All you need to do is have two images, something that changes when it's moused over. And when I click on it now, it's going to take a moment, but there we are at Google. And then finally the sound files. Okay. Oops, I need to get back into my browser here. All right. And now for these two sound files, as we embed them, here we go. And whoops, let's see, and I'll go back here and run it again. I lost my browser link, and we'll do Elmer now. Nice, right? So those are the last features that I needed to show you, and I would like you to Show me that you have these completed so that I know you understand them. And our next step will be explaining your final exam project to you.